of my favorite studies came out of MIT a couple years ago. A guy named Tom Malone, who's a professor there, had these work groups, and he experimentally manipulated the number of women in the group. And they had tasks, including coming up with architectural designs. These were all grad students. Solving interpersonal scenarios. They were all also even playing a game of chess against a computer. And he looked at how the percentage of women in the group drove the performance of the group, and found that the more women a group had, the better it performed. And this was this appeared in Science. And the question was like, well, what's going on? And so they did this other study testing, using this task. It's really cool. You might have seen it in the media, called Reading the Mind and the Eyes task. And you show people pictures, very degraded pictures of people's eyes, and ask them to guess how the person was feeling. Turns out women do much better on this task than men do. And you statistically model how much this social sensitivity accounts for the performance of these groups, and found that this is why the more women in a group had, the better it performs, was because women actually pay attention to the people they're working with. I know it's crazy. I know it's revolutionary. But so that's just like one laboratory study. You can go up to the level, as Kelly was pointing out, just looking at firm performance. There was a great study by a sociologist named Cedric Herring looking at how the diversity of the leadership team affected firm performances. I think these were both European and American firms, and found that the more women and also the more ethnically diverse a leadership team was, the higher the corporation's profits, the larger its market share. There was like 5 key indicators. But anyway, they did better, is what I'm telling you here. And then another study. I mean, these studies so there's a great business case for having more women leaders. What's interesting, though, when you're living that reality locally, you feel, though, that until you have at least 40% women in an organization, it's actually uncomfortable for people. Women feel singled out. They feel like they're tokens. I turn to you, I'm like, tell me the woman's perspective. And you're like, I'm just like one woman here. I don't know what the woman's perspective is. Get a marketing team or something to research that. And also men are kind of like constantly on edge, like how do I behave with these women? But once you get enough women in an organization, that's when it starts to perform better. And I think that's very important to remember as you meet resistance in organizations. So like, well, we got these women and everything went to hell. It's like, yes, you didn't get enough women. Critical mass.